Hello there. My name is Matthew Maitland, though if you are watching this post, probably on LinkedIn or maybe even Facebook, you likely already know that. Today, I am going to showcase a dashboard I recently created in my advanced Power BI course as part of my final. I thought with Extra Life right around the corner and with our team hitting our 10th anniversary participating in this wonderful event, it might be beneficial for us to take a look back at all the donations and incentives and participants that we've had over the last 10 years. So let's get started by looking at our welcome dashboard. At the top, you can see the four core members of our group, the ones who have done it more than 2 years at least, although three of us have done it all 10 years, which is incredibly exciting. Here we can see Adam Cloud. If we take a look at his beautiful face here, because it's not just for show, it's also a slicer, we can see all of his different donation data over the 4 years that he participated. Here, if we click Dustin Fowler, we can see his. And then again, Kyle Greer, our team captain. And finally, myself, Matthew Maitland. So, something that's very interesting here as well, as you saw, all of the average donations changed whenever we looked at it by each different member, as well as the total donations that each member has received. Here you can see the amount of donations that each person has received over the years and the spikes and the drops as it has occurred. Here you can also easily take a glance at how many donations that each participant has received each year, as well as how much money was raised each year. Nice little clustered bar chart down here for you as well. However, if you are not someone who is a fan of clustered bar charts, you can see the donations at the top. You can compare the bars to, the level of money each year as well. But sometimes it might be slightly too much. So what you can do is you can actually just click the line chart here. That might be an easier way for you to see what's happening. Although you might like the stacked bar chart that we had at the very beginning. So this stacked bar chart, each different section is a year of time looking back, and then you can see the total amount of donations as well. And you can see the amount of money each person has raised in total. And if you hover over it, you can get a little bit more information there as well. So if you wanted to know exactly how much money was raised in this chunk in 2021, it'll show you that here. All right, perfect. So this was great looking at how much each participant has done. However, we're just facilitating this. The people who are really making a difference in these kids' lives are all of our donors. So let's go to our next page, which celebrates them. So, looking at our donor page, one thing that's interesting that you will see right off the bat, Kyle Greer. If that name sounds familiar, it is because I just talked about him in our last page. He's our team captain. He's the reason why we all started this. None of us even knew what Extra Life was before he came and talked to us and rallied us to join his cause. So, what we see here, he's got the top donation amount, $978. Just by himself, he has raised that much money. Of the $16,000 that we've raised, $978 of it has come straight from his pocket. Amazing. Setting the standard for the team. However, something else that's interesting to look at, if you also take a look at this line over here that says Bungie Inc., well, this line right here is actually representative of four different donations that his company has matched to him that have given an extra $509. If you take one look right below that, you'll find Elizabeth Greer here with $485. So that's Wonka's wife. Wonka is Kyle's nickname. And what we see there is between their household, they've raised almost $2,000 over the last 10 years for these kids. That's at least $200 coming from the Greer home every single year, which is incredible whenever we are looking at how much they are doing for these kids. On all honesty, that's about a little over 10% of our donations come from our team captain and all the different areas that he is bringing it in with his family, with his work. It's amazing. We are so proud. Now let's look at our next donor here, Jared Fowler. This is actually Dustin's little brother. he always loves to jump in and have fun with us on our streams, which is exciting. Sometimes he'll even stop by whoever's house we're doing it at and hang out for a little bit. So we see 18 donations from him over the years for a total of $930. Lori Haynes, that's Dustin Fowler's main squeeze here. 30 donations with $641, 17 donations coming straight from Dustin Fowler for 630. And then down here we've got Matt Culp with 11 different donations over the years for $605. Matt is actually my top donor. He always loves to make me eat a Carolina Reaper or some other hot, spicy mess that's going to bring tears to my eyes. So we're grateful for all the things that all of our donors do for us. Here we can also see I've got these cool little arrows. What these will do is they'll actually break down the information for us. So, for example, if we wanted to look at a breakdown by donor, right? We talked about Jared Fowler here, always loves to show up. So if we look at Jared, Dustin's little brother, we can see here's a breakdown of his donations. So 66% of the money that he has donated has gone to his older brother. 16% of the money he's donated has gone to me. 9% of it has gone to Kyle Greer, and 8% of it has gone to Adam Cloud. So you can easily see whenever somebody's donating, you can break it down, see how much is going to each different participant, which is an interesting view. However, we can also look at a breakdown by participant instead. So, one thing that we'll notice as soon as we get over here is there's a huge chunk of anonymous donations. Not super beneficial information, but I didn't want to take it off of there just in case people were interested in how much it was, which it's 16% of our donors donate anonymously. However, if you want, you can just toggle that off. So that'll get rid of that little slice of anonymous donations, and you'll see all of this donor information a little bit clearer after that. So, breakdown by participant, you can break it down. We can say, we'll look at myself. So, who are my top donors? So, here again, you can see Matt Culp with 605, and then my good buddy Dustin Fowler coming in at second place for me. But he is nowhere near Matt Culp. Matt Culp is like clockwork, donating at least 50, sometimes $100 every single year. I cannot stress how thankful I am for all that he does for the kids. And I'm sure it has nothing to do with just wanting to watch me suffer every year. Pearl Perry also bringing it in third place. Not surprised. As much as Pearl likes to joke that she doesn't like me, she actually loves me. We love these kids and we love taking care of them. So $250 from Pearl over the 10 years for 5% of my donation. So very interesting way that we can all just break down how much money we've gotten from each donor and really just celebrate them and everything that they've done for the kids. So thank you guys so much for everything that you've done. And there's also, a breakdown for the year as well. So if we're curious who our top donors were each year, you can see here in 2017, Jared was actually our top donor that year with $215. If we look at 2021, which is our most beneficial year that we've had, we can see Dustin Fowler was our top donor that year with $300, followed by Pearl Perry with 250, and then Kyle Greer with 210. So we can see these breakdowns by year, and we're just really thankful and appreciative of what everybody does for us. So, moving on to our next page, which is our incentives page. This is just an added benefit for the people who donate. We're sure they donate out of the goodness of their hearts, but sometimes they just want a little more bang for their buck. This is what we do for them. So, here we can see all of our different incentives, including our most popular incentive, which is Tape Face, which, if the clever name doesn't relay to you what it is, we just take a roll of tape, we wind it around our face until it does something funnier than the way we normally look, which is kind of hard because we're a group of funny looking people. So here we can see all the different donations, obviously on the left, broken down by how many different donations we've gotten for that, how much the average amount that we've gotten for it is, because in all honesty, we kind of fluctuate the price depending on what seems to be more popular, or maybe just how big of a hassle it is for us to do. And then we can also see the total amount that has been donated as a result. You can break it down by year, by participant, by donor. So, for example, if we wanted to see, well, for Matthew Maitland, what is his most popular? So here we can see Carolina Reaper. That's my most popular. I've gotten nine of them. Nine. That's a lot of spice. But it's raised a total of $505, which is incredible. Design your own beard. I do have a great beard. Don't have a lot going for me, but I got a nice beard. People love to shave it up into funny shapes every year. So that's raised over $300 over the last 10 years. So just a nice, fun little way that you can break down this information. Something else that's really great about this dashboard, and it's very interactive as well, is you can see here all of these different pictures actually will show you what was going on in that picture. So if we click this one here, we'll see this group of crooners here is actually doing karaoke. People will donate to have us do group karaoke or just solo karaoke. And right now, you'll see we're at $440 over the last 10 years raised just by singing songs. Okay, that's not putting up Justin Timberlake numbers, but we're doing okay. It's not bad. Here, you can see I'm not really pulling off the shaved head look too well, but if you click that shaved head, you'll see we've raised $300 by just shaving our heads, which it takes a while to grow back. So yeah, it's a high ticket item. But people have enjoyed donating $100 to watch us have to walk around the office like that for, the next 3 months until it grows back out to a respectable length. And then here you can see my beard. Doesn't normally look like that, obviously, but somebody wanted it to have a checkerboard pattern. That was about the best I could do, the closest I got to it. Um, Man, those are good memories right there. Did not enjoy going to the office like that. I'm joking. I didn't actually go to the office like that. Here, this is the tape face I was talking about. So if you click my tape face, you'll see that. But this funny little thing going on with my arms. These are T-Rex arms. Donate some money to get this happen. Usually it's about $10 for about half an hour. $195 raised doing T-Rex arms. Best thing about T-Rex arms is watch us play a video game. We have to play it like this the whole time. Or you do this and then you make us do karaoke possibly, or even eat a Carolina Reaper. That is also a good one. So if you are someone who likes to, I don't know, combine your donations, one thing that you might notice over here is this pie in the face along with this tape face. Well, you can look and see we've actually had somebody donate, have them do both. It's very messy. Glad people haven't done it to me because it's about $15 because it's five for the pie, 10 for the tape. So it's honestly pretty good. Looking at this picture of Wonka down here, I might have to throw a couple more on there this year. You can also see here eating one of these habanero peppers. Yeah, it's not a Carolina Reaper because we do both. We do Carolina Reapers, we do habaneros. We also do hot chips. So here we can see hot chips. Honestly, I'm a little disappointed I didn't just add a little pepper icon here. Click the pepper icon and it automatically filters to all the spicy stuff we've eaten for money because that's where a big chunk of it comes from. We can see $150 there. For the habanero, we can see that was $385, and then $505 for the Carolina Reapers earlier. That's almost $1,000 raised over 10 years just for eating spicy foods. Some people, they would pay $100 a year to get to eat some spicy foods. So thank you guys so much for all the different donations you've given us, and I hope you enjoy all the incentives that we do. If you guys have any ideas for other incentives you'd like to see us do, we are open to suggestions. As you can see, we have a long list of things that we've tried over the years. Some of them more successful than others. People don't really care about changing your Facebook status these days. But if you want to make us design our own beard or tape up our faces or anything like that, you are more than welcome to do so. All right. Next up, let's take a look at our donation data. So when we're looking at our donation data, we'll see there's a few different visuals here. Number one is this donation year over year percentage change. This is interesting to look at because it shows us from 2016 to 2017, we increased 47%. From 2017 to 2018, up 23, 2018 to 2019, up 67, and so on. We see we have this big spike here in 2019, which was great. Really just kind of getting our feet underneath of us. It was our fourth year. We were just rocking and rolling at that point. COVID kind of pulled the rug out from under us a little bit. We kind of stagnated where we were at. But then 2021, we saw a huge increase in our donations in 2021. Lots of love pouring out there, which was fantastic. Kind of dipped back down, which is understandable after these big increases. We've seen these kind of drops, and then stayed pretty steady the last couple years to the point where if you're looking at this data over the course of the past 6 years, we've done over $2,000 every year on average, which is fantastic. It's a wonderful number to be at. Um, One thing that this visual over here shows is how many donations we've gotten. So here, these are actually all of our distinct donors. So you can see this is our distinct donor count by year. We can actually toggle that off. You can see, hey, we've gotten 93 donations in the year 2020. If we turn that distinct toggle back on, see, okay, we got 93 donations, but from 52 different people, which is amazing. So the people who are donating more than just once, which we really appreciate. It's also fun to see, oh, well, here's $5 for a pie in the face, and then here's $10 to tape up your face, and here's 50 to make you eat a Carolina Reaper on top of all that. So we like to have the people donate more than once. We will do those combined punishments for sure. We love to raise money for the kids, even if it's at our expense. So please keep them coming. And then the last thing down here is the count of amount by donation hour. So this is how many different donations we got each hour historically. You'll see there is a big difference between midnight and 8 a.m. versus the rest of the day. So, science and old age have caught up with the Citizens of Arden team here at Extra Life. And what we have actually started doing is instead of doing a 24-hour day where we play from midnight to 8 a.m. and pretty much no one is watching us, uh, what we do is we do two 12-hour days instead, or we'll just do one really long day and have like a short day on another weekend or something like that, just to try to raise a little bit of extra money in those hours where people are more likely going to see what we're doing. So our most profitable hours, you'll see, 9 o'clock. That's usually about the time that we launch, so we get a bunch right around then, and then 1 o'clock, right after lunchtime or right around lunchtime, people will tune in, and then once we get to 6 o'clock, kind of that peak evening hour, people will tune in as they're settling in, getting home from work or what have you. So very interesting to see all this data laid out. And I know you're thinking, Matthew, this is so exciting, but where can I donate? So you can donate by, if you have access to this dashboard, which I know some of you watching do, you can come up here on the top right, you can click this link, and it will actually take you to the donation page. So here you'll see our donation page, well, specifically my donation page. But if you want to donate to any of the other Citizens of Arden team members, you can click Citizens of Arden here. It'll take you to our team page where you can find the person you want to donate to and donate to them. One thing that's very exciting, we actually have expanded our roster this year, so we have a lot of new folks who have signed up. We've already raised $190 and we haven't even gotten to game day, which we are very proud of, and we can't be more grateful to the people who have signed up to try to help raise a little extra money for the kids. And also, another fun little tidbit, if you are somebody who has access to this dashboard, you can click this link here. This link will actually take you to my Instagram, and you will see a video of my daughter going over why she thinks Extra Life is beneficial and what she thinks about her dad doing it and her getting to participate and pie me in the face, which is, I think, her favorite part of every year. So that is my dashboard. Thank you guys so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And if you want to donate, I'll put a link and I'll put a QR code in the comments below. But I will also tell you you can go to bit.ly/Maitland 2025. So it's just my last name, all lowercase, 2025, and that is a bit.ly link. So if you guys aren't familiar with bit.ly links, they are absolutely case sensitive. So make sure Maitland is all lowercase whenever you do it. Thank you guys so much for your time. And remember, for the kids.